Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Dynamis Brotherhood. My name is Benjamin, and we're really excited because today we have a really good friend in the show, and I'm going to introduce him in a couple minutes. But before we talk about what we have today, I want to talk a little bit of the format of the show because we're doing a whole new rebranding. So we changed the name. Dynamis is a word in Greek, means power. So Brotherhood of Power, we're building people, a force for good. So it's really cool. And we have four formats of the show. The first one, personal development. We're going to talk about skills, law of attraction, habits, things for you to get better. And then we're going to have a Q&As. Then we can answer your questions and stuff like that. You can submit that to our, send us a DM or to our email. Both things work. To 20U, it was a, what 100 was, what was the, was it 20u dot official?
Official.
20u dot official at gmail.com. Thank you. I have my secretary here who's helping me out. And then another format of the show, we're going to talk about trendy internet. Things about like they're trendy, about the culture, funny stuff. We're going to make fun of it. And we're going to talk about solutions. And the last one, we're going to bring a lot of people to the show. We're going to have an interview, a conversation with them. And this is the one that we're going to do today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud and privileged to introduce one of my really good friends, more than a friend, one of my brothers, Derek Childs. How you doing, brother?
Dude, I'm doing good. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, let me give you guys a little bit of introduction with Derek. He's what are you? Well, who are you? No, dude, we met what November last year.
Yeah, yeah,
We November.
yeah.
It's crazy because like even though we've met for like not that long, I feel like we have a really good relationship.
Oh,
It's kind of like we were dating.
really?
Nah, just kidding, dude. Tell us a little bit of about yourself so people can get to know you, what you
Yeah,
do, and everything.
yeah.
Where you're
So,
from,
so my story. I'm 20,
just
almost
like
20.
basic stuff, and then we're gonna jump into like the
Okay,
deep stuff. Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm 22 years old. I'm a regional manager for a sales company called Hawks. It's for pest control. We do door to door. That's kind of our niche.
Okay.
Um, yeah, right now that's like what we're rocking. We are shooting for doing over 7 million in revenue in the summer period time period with
In your team.
Yep,
That's all.
yep. Our team's name is the Tribe. Shout out to the Tribe. And we're just trying to grow a bunch of people our age into the next level, next step, trying to be a little bit bigger mindset, have a little bit bigger mindset. And so, but yeah,
I'm excited because we're gonna talk about that because in the last episode that we did with Hunter, we talked about what we're doing with like sales and stuff, and we kind of like talk about our experience with summer sales companies and how bad they suck, how
yeah,
much they suck, and like that we're changing the game. So we're gonna jump into that. But
yep,
dude, how do we meet? Talk to people about it. You know, we met in November.
yeah,
You were, well, I was going out with somebody at the moment, and that's how I met you
yeah.
because you guys are from the same. Anyway, that's
So
pretty
some
good.
what I believe, like I truly believe in the law of attraction
Oh heck
and
yeah!
like manifestation and everything. It's just funny because
So
like
you were saying that you were dreaming with me
I
before
was
you met
dreaming about you, and
me.
then so I'm like, yeah, and then I saw like this Chilean in my mind,
It's
and it
Chile.
like yeah. So so how it happened was,
So racist.
dude, I'm super pumped on like mental toughness. Like David Goggins is just like the epitome of like mental toughness
Yeah.
and doing hard things. And so every Monday, me and one of my coworkers, we would always be doing these Murph challenges. So for those who don't know what a Murph challenge, uh, it's a mile run, it's 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then you go into another mile, and then that's all timed. And it's I think it's like a Navy SEAL workout or something like that.
Yeah, it's one. I mean, the dude was a Navy SEAL that died, so they just
Yeah,
doing it in remembrance of the dude.
yeah. So we were doing that workout, and we had actually done a chest day that same day, and you kind of pop in because you were like attracted to doing like hard workouts and stuff, and so we
I had to come and prove you guys. Let me show you who's the alpha.
yeah,
You know,
it was
like
really
it's
funny because we
crazy.
had no idea who you were. You kind of popped in. So we're doing this workout, and the funny part is like I had no concept of anything about you at all.
Yeah, it's funny because you. I brought this stuff because Braden wanted some T-shirts, and I brought two, an XL and large, because I didn't know which size was him.
Yeah,
And then you ended up like buying the other one, and then
yeah,
he worked out.
yeah. So we did that workout, and then at the end of the workout, it was obviously you and me, Ben. We were like at the last ones, and we were ice bathing, and we were just like talking, And
We were not ice bathing together. So just so you guys know, we're
nice clarification.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like clarify.
Yeah.
Clarify.
Like one of us was ice
Yeah.
bathing, and you pretty much told me, you're like, dude, I can tell that you have absolute excellence in you, that you're excellent, that you are great in greatness, but you're just acting good. And he was like, bro, that like threw me for an absolute loop. I was not expecting that. Like I could have never seen that
Yeah.
one coming. And you were I think the term like real recognizes real. I just recognized that that was so real. And I was like, man, that was a real check. And you're like, dude, why are you here? Like, who are you? I'm like my, I don't know if you want me to get too into that, but that's like how we met, dude.
No, dude, I mean, we're
It's
already
crazy.
jumping into it. And I mean, we wanted to bring you to talk because, I mean, honestly, I believe you're one of like the best dudes I know. And
Thank you.
that's, no, I'm just giving you, like, when we're at lunch together with Tino and stuff, like, I truly mean it. Because, again, quality attracts quality. I want to hang out with quality people. And I truly value our relationships. And with this guy, like, you guys came to a point that you guys are not even like friends, like, we're brothers.
Yeah.
Because it's different when you have like it's different when you have people that you just have fun together, but it's different when you have people that you serve together, you help each other, like you have a purpose of the relationship, you do business together, you're like creating things together. It's like you do hard things together. It's like it's different,
Yeah.
and for me, I most of my friends back in the day, it was just like they were just funny and that's it. Like I just had fun with them. But now I look at my friendships, like my brothers, and I'm like, dude, we help people together, we serve together, we like push each other, we add value to each other's lives. We're building people, we're building businesses. You're like, we're changing the freaking world together. It's exciting,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Dude, I've said this
So
time and time again. Who you do business with is who you do life with.
yeah,
And
yeah, I agree.
and you and I and everybody that we're surrounding ourselves with, they have this commonality of loving the game.
Yeah,
And it's like it doesn't
yeah,
feel like work ever.
yeah.
And it's freaking awesome. It's so fun. Like right now, right? You and I, you're 23, I'm 22. Chino, are you 23?
Dude,
22 as
when's your
well.
birthday?
March.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so pretty soon. But think about this, man. Like we're young and it's a Saturday night and where are we at? We're making podcasts.
Yeah,
That's
I get chills when
you know,
yeah, dude. I agree.
it's Saturday night. I know exactly where everybody else is
Yeah.
at. And they are not making podcasts. They're not putting out and bringing content of value and serving people. Like,
It's like I have one in you mentioned the law of attraction. One of the things I have in my law of attraction is creating this young group of people who are like the new wave of entrepreneurs who are like making the difference. Because the people that I look up to, like my role models, they're freaking 40s, 50s, or 60s. So I truly believe there's a lack of young people who are models, and we're like making a difference, and we're doing what we're doing, and it's cool because we're building that, bro. Like no one is doing it, and it's exciting.
yeah.
So, and it started with one person, two, three, four, five, and then, dude, it's crazy, and it's cool that because we attract those people into our group, like it's our community, you know. So, dude, I have a question for you because honestly, I was talking with a friend yesterday, and I'm a pretty straightforward kid. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm pretty sure you guys can. And I have a lot of people that love me, but I have a lot of people that freaking hate me. So my question for you, because sometimes I just say things I don't even care if people get offended by it or not.
Mhm.
Did you think I was a dick by
When
what I said to you that one time? Did that cross your mind, or
that's a really
how
good
did you
question,
take it though?
dude. Honestly,
I'm really
for
curious
me,
about it.
for me personally, I can see how other people could take that as a dick. But dude, I think I'm trying to grow, and I take information, and I'm gonna take it at face value. And you had enough like credibility just in the workout itself to talk with me.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah, no, I agree.
It's like I earned your respect and you earned my respect. Like in the Murph, I beat you, but you did the Murph.
Yeah,
And that's something you'd never done, and I had done those before.
yeah,
And so you kind of walked into this playing field and almost fully kept up with these guys who've been doing them. That's like a really dope thing. And so like I think that for me, I'm like, okay, cool, let's talk. And you had this credibility. So I didn't think twice about like, oh, is this guy being a dick? I think I think if you didn't have any credibility to your name, it was just cool because you earned that. And then you also, I think that deep down, like you can really feel if somebody's being authentic. at the end of the day. Like, forget all the sales tactics, forget all the, techniques or the nuances. You just can tell.
Yeah, I agree.
And when somebody's being authentic, it means they have experiences to back that.
Yeah.
It's not that they're just acting away. It's like, dude, and you had that. And so like for me, I just like sensed it, and I didn't think twice. But the answer is no, no, you didn't seem like a dick
No,
to
but
me.
it's cool because, like, again, it's not me, it's the message. Because, and it's cool because we get to see that every day with what we're doing. Because, I mean,
Yeah,
for those that don't know, Derek and I know we're working together like 20 units. Like, I mean, let's jump into it, like what we're doing and stuff.
sure.
Because, again, in the last episode that we did with Chino, we were talking about sales and summer sales and like what's worse than a douchebag with no money.
A douchebag with money.
A lot of money. So we're truly changing that, and we saw that in summer sales. It's a great vehicle, but you're not just made of money, and it's you have mental stuff, spiritual stuff, and physical stuff, and financial areas.
Hmm.
So it's cool because, like, we saw that problem, and we partnered together, and we're truly building men,
Hmm.
powerful men, a force for good, and it's exciting stuff. And I truly, you inspire me a lot because, like, the fact that financially you're really successful and that you're able to help a lot of people with it, like, it's if more people could do what you do, bro, like, this world would be completely different. And again, it's the same thing I told you when we were at lunch. Like, you're one of the dudes that has one of the biggest hearts I know, and
I appreciate that.
it's our obligation to lead by example, to show other people what's possible. And a leader, it's not do what I say, it's do what I do.
Do what I do.
Do what I do. Come and walk with me. I'll teach you. Say the things I say. Talk to the people I talk. Sleep where I sleep. I think in leadership, that's the only way to actually lead.
Yeah.
To lead by example, and I truly believe you um, exemplify that. That's what you say, exemplify that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. I think that people like, I don't know. I just think people, it's monkey see, monkey do. And
I mean,
so,
think about your parents. I think about my parents, and, like, for example, my mom. She's like my role model. And I don't know if there's a lot of things that she has said to me that actually made a difference in my life, like impacted me. It's the things that she did
hmm.
that truly made a difference in my life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can relate it, like, to your parents and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not the things that they say, it's like what they do. Because, for example, I have know a lot of people that they give me advice on X, Y, and C because they think they're in a leadership position or whatever, or just because they're family. But I'm like, dude, you're not even doing it. Screw you. Now, I'm not dumb enough. I'll still, like, pay attention to it and see if I can apply it in my life. But it's like most people won't listen if you don't have the evidence that you're actually doing it,
Oh, yeah.
you know? But again, I love that because you actually do it. And let's jump into the sales stuff because I think that, well, that's something I wanted to talk to you
Sure.
so people can get to know what we do. And that speaks volumes of your character as well.
Okay.
And it's exciting because we're changing the game. Dude,
Yeah.
we're feeling the spirit every day. We're seeing kids realize, like, we're
Yeah.
doing everything different. And I love to do, as you said in the beginning, it's Saturday night, we're doing things that nobody else is doing. And even in sales, we're doing things that nobody else is doing.
Oh, yeah.
So let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Dude, do you want me to start at my like how I came to be
Yeah,
in this
let's
industry?
do that. So you started a mission in Paraguay. You came back 2020, right?
Yep,
2021 or 2020?
2020,
Okay, you've been a member your whole life.
whole life.
Did you ever thought about doing sales before?
To be honest, I had been introduced to sales when I was 18 years old. So I had the
And you
opportunity.
didn't do it.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to take a scholarship to go play soccer at a few universities, or to go on a mission at that time.
Dude, I
Or
have to see you play soccer. I don't know if this freaking kid can play soccer. I don't know. We'll have to see.
yeah, hopefully I can keep up now. But yeah, I had a few opportunities to play soccer. Summer sales was presented to me,
Okay.
or the opportunity of sales
It
was
was
presented to me.
pest control or solar or what was it?
It was at that time all that was presented was just pest control.
Just pest control. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, because my best friend, who later became my business partner,
In what?
in pest control.
Oh yeah, you guys started
Yeah,
like something.
yeah, we were like, he was my best friend in high school, and he introduced me to it. And he ended up right when we graduated. Right, I went on a mission pretty much immediately, but he ended up going to sell.
Can
And
I ask you, even
yeah,
though it's like different from sales, but why
yeah.
did you serve a mission?
Why did I serve a mission?
Yeah.
I've always, I think there's multiple answers to that. I think number one is like, I always felt good seeing what my parents did.
Did they serve missions as well?
My dad served a mission. Yeah, my
Okay.
dad served in Canada. My mom didn't serve a mission. but I always felt good, dude. And ever since I was a young kid, I wanted to serve a mission. Like literally, my first Instagram username was Elder Childs,
Actually,
and it was Elder Childs from the time I was
I
12
know.
until the time I was 18. And I had to change it from
That's
Elder
so
Childs. It
funny.
would still be Elder Childs,
That's so funny.
but I had to change it because
Sister Charles.
yeah, dude, I had to change it because in the mission it's like apparently you like
Yeah,
people will
it's
stalk you or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I feel
I don't know. But dude, I've always wanted to, so it's always felt like something I needed to do. And dude, I think since a young age, I've noticed that I have an ability to lead.
like. Okay.
And so doing things that were different
How did you figure that out? Because
when I
honestly, even though like everybody is like really
yeah.
trying to be a leader, be an entrepreneur, do X, Y,
Mhm.
and Z, but being a leader is not for everybody. It takes huge balls. It's hard to hell. You
Yeah.
take all the shots. You
Yeah.
take all the blame. Yeah, the reward is huge, but it takes a toll on you mentally. It's pretty tough.
Mhm.
So even though it's portrayed on Instagram that is like the new trendy thing, like it's if either you have it or you don't.
Mhm.
Like yeah, some people like they can build a skill, but he's like I feel like it's not meant for everybody.
Right.
But it's cool because I know a lot of people that you can tell when they have the potential to become a leader. So how did you figure it out?
Well, I think it goes back to leaders lead. Leaders aren't managers.
Yeah,
Like leaders don't just manage a group or have
or
this
boss a
desire.
group or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Leaders inspire.
yeah.
And I recognize that people were generally speaking inspired. And that could be because of results that I desire to do or work ethic, right? But like I remember when I was 11 years old, I set the goal to get all the merit badges. And for
Or what?
all the merit badges, it's in Boy Scouts. Like,
Did you do Boy Scout?
yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, dude, I already got my Eagle Scout card right here. Let's freaking pull it out, man. You already know. I got my Eagle Scout. So,
Eagle Scout.
yeah,
Like
dude,
that.
let's see if I can pull this out.
He's a,
Keep this with me. This has got me out of a few tickets.
in Chile, we don't have eagles.
In Chile, we don't have
That's
Eagles.
so funny.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys are
such a
like,
funny
what are
guy.
you guys, Seagull Scouts or something like that? You guys are like, just kidding. Because you're on the border.
We kill the
Seagull
eagles.
Scouts.
And we eat them. That's how we do. Anyways, okay, keep talking.
But yeah, so
So how many eagles did you kill?
I killed all the Eagles.
I killed the eagles. That's
But dude, yeah, just to answer your question, I set the goal to get like all the merit badges, and like nobody trained me or showed me how to do it.
it's like a natural thing.
I just bought the book of requirements of how to get all the merit badges,
That's funny.
and I just got like the scuba diving merit badge, like all these things that just you wouldn't get, and I just wanted to do it
What's
to
the
do it.
funniast badge that you get?
Reading,
Oh,
reading merit badge.
how to steal your girl badge.
How to-
How to steal your girl.
We need to teach Ben about Boy Scouts. What that is after this.
I don't know.
We'll have a conversation after this. How to steal your girl. I did not get that badge, sadly.
All right, so you did that, and later on you started
Yeah.
to like.
So when I in scouts, like by the time I was 12, I went to like leadership camps, and I was always kind of like the young kid in the leadership, like growing groups.
Okay,
So I
I feel
noticed,
like leaders stand out like pretty easily, especially when you're young.
yeah, yeah,
Did you play any soccer?
Mhm.
Okay, what else do you do? 'Cause
yeah,
I feel like sports really help you, like team
dude,
sports.
totally, yeah. Sports. I mean, I did like student council.
Okay,
I was able to be like class president a few years and do stuff like that.
because
But
I feel like for me, sports helped me out a lot. I mean, I don't want to brag out, but I was the team captain for 8 years. With
dude,
my whole team.
absolutely, dude.
So
it's like, no doubt.
Now that's cool. So that okay, you started a mission and you came back and then you jump into sales. Why?
Yeah. Well, the answer is because I learned a lesson in my mission once again that I wanted to live a life by design. And
Who taught you that?
I think life taught me that
Okay.
because when I was in Paraguay, I saw people, dude, I saw these people surrounded by like people like myself, like missionaries who go and serve voluntarily for 2 years and give everything to a person so that they can have happiness results, dude, ultimately salvation.
Yeah.
And we'd say, hey, read this one scripture. We'll see you in 4 days. Like this scripture, if you understand this and choose to let this impact you, it'll change your life. And they'd be like, oh, elder, like we didn't get to it. Like, oh, dude, it does not matter how much time you actually are busy. You always have enough time to do like those tiny things. And I just watched these people live a life by, like, they were victims. They were objects. They were letting themselves be acted upon. And I wanted to never live a life like that. And it's the same here. It's the same in every place, dude. Even though, dude, and keep in mind, dude, I love the Paraguayan people more than anyone, like so much.
No, dude, I totally agree. I mean, I feel like the world is there's only two types of people. Either like um you are your own agent, you live
Mhm.
your life by design, you go out and get what you want.
Yeah.
And like you're independent mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Hmm.
And even though like there's external pressure, whatever, but you always act instead of reacting to the external stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have the other types of people that they react to everything externally, emotions, people, their family, their girlfriends or boyfriends or friends, the weather. Oh, it's raining, I'm not going to work out.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm sore, I'm not going to like do X, Y, and Z, I'm not going to go to work. Oh, I'm tired, I'm going to stay in my bed for the rest of the day.
Hmm.
And there's people that with the same things, they're like, I'm going to get it done regardless of what's going on outside.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I totally agree with you for sure. And that's a true characteristic of leadership,
Yeah.
because you got to show people what's possible. You have to
Yeah. You
follow
have.
you, you know.
And at the end of the day, like, I recognize that most people didn't want. I don't know if they did or didn't want results that I wanted to, but they definitely weren't willing to take the action.
Yeah,
And so I felt like I always was like the owner of my bubble.
that's sick. That's sick.
Like, I always felt like the type of things that I wanted to have and the influence that I wanted to have, it's like, why was nobody else want to do that? So I always had to be recruiting people to my vision. And I felt like that was, like, in other words, a leadership trait. And
It's funny because in my leg came, well, the event that you missed,
yeah,
that his life
yeah, yeah, yeah,
changing.
yeah,
He came,
yeah.
and one of the things that he said that I really took to heart. It was amazing. You're an idiot. But you need to. But one of the things that he said is that leaders that leave an impact and legacy, build a legacy, they're evangelists. They preach a vision. They talk to people, and they're inspired to do for a certain cause. And then he showed like the different types of like leadership and evangelists, that people that build a legacy and that are remembered, and they're always preaching something that they truly believe in. You know, they're
Mhm.
visionaries and they preach that vision to other people. You know, so it's crazy because like I found that that's something I took to heart, and that's why now I'm like more open and public to the things I believe in, 20U and everything we're doing, because he's like, you gotta preach to people your values, your beliefs, the things you see in your head and stuff like that, and that's how you build legacy. You know, so
Yeah, and I think that ultimately, like, the things that brought me fulfillment, like, I learned so much about leadership in my mission because I recognized that what brought me fulfillment was like pretty much the happiest time in my life, and I now experience this more and more. But it started with the mission, and I'm
yeah,
like, it's because I'm serving and leaving an impact and preaching something I
yeah.
believe. And so, anyways, carrying that same principle throughout the rest of my life has been a blessing.
Dude, let's talk about this because you have the record of being the worst sales rep that I've been in the industry, and it's so
Yes,
funny that you say it, and
yes,
I think you take pride in it. I love it. Because like you can take a normal person that sucks and build him to like a freaking killer in
yeah.
sales.
Hmm.
Because your skills are earned, not given. And so I think it's amazing. And you were what, it was like 3 weeks and a half in the summer without you making a sale.
Yeah.
So what changed? Because then you became the rookie of the year that same summer, because that's something that you put in your brain. So it was a mental thing. But what changed? What switched in your mentality or whatever?
Are you asking mentality or are you asking tactically?
Because I feel like, I mean, I think sales and all stuff is all mental, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's probably a little bit of skills and stuff like that, strategies and everything, but it's all in your brain.
Yeah.
So what changed mentally?
Well, number one, the first thing that comes to my head when you say that is, so I think that I outwork most people, like, generally. I think that this group, it's like, dude, I'm hard to compete with you guys for sure, and we always are trying to outwork each other
Yeah.
and work towards that. But I felt like at the time, when I was coming into, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna outwork everyone. And so, um, when I came into it, I had told everybody that I was gonna be the top rookie and that I was gonna break the rookie record
After the 3 weeks and a half or before?
before.
Oh, okay.
I told everyone before those 3 weeks. I said I'm going to break the rookie
So
record.
how was like when like during those 3 weeks and a half the self doubt that you had?
Yeah, there's tons. I mean, actually, of self doubt, no, there was none.
Like
No,
after 3 weeks?
I knew that I was going to achieve, that I was going to sell. I
Yeah,
knew
but dude, you're freaking walking like 9 hours every freaking day.
9 hours every day. I was knocking more doors. I was training longer. I was sleeping less so that I could train more. I remember having confidence tapes run through my head
Really?
when I was sleeping. Like
That's
when I
sick.
sleep, I would let confidence tapes
What
run.
did your manager say? Like, hey, dude, you suck. What the heck's going on?
They were like, they didn't say anything, but they're like, hey, you doing good? Like,
Yeah.
kind of like are you sure you want to keep doing this? You
Oh
know?
yeah.
But I knew, dude, it was like a resolute thing in my head that I was going to do that. But I just remember, yeah, I came in and to this day, I'm still the worst rep that's ever come into the company that's worked all of the hours
And
and
haven't had a
done
soul.
all the training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did everything. And 3.5 weeks went in, and I'm just like, you know what? I am sick of not selling. I am fed up with this.
That's so funny.
And so I said, because I was like pitching and I was kind of being a Boy Scout on the
Yeah.
doors, you know, and I'm like, hey, like, do you want this? And like, no. I'm like, okay, see ya, or whatever. And then I changed. It's like, no, you're gonna.
So
It's like, no, you're.
I have direct childs. Do you want to buy something from me? I'm selling bugs. Wait, what was that?
I'm selling bugs. Pest control. um, but yeah, dude, I just was so fed up with it, and so I decided in my brain, I was like, they cannot tell me no until I've explained everything. And then I made a deal, and then my first like month, I'd made one deal,
How
and
did
then,
you feel? It's like you were a
dude,
baller.
I was like, after that first deal, I was stoked. Yeah.
Did you cry?
I don't think I
Come
cried,
on, dude, just own it.
but
Did you cry?
dude, I definitely had some emotional moments
I
on the way.
bet, bro.
I can tell you exactly which videos like I watched that like changed my life
Oh,
and
but
stuff. But
hey, long story short, you became the rookie of the year that year.
yeah, I went from 1 to 7 to 14 to 25, and then I never went down. I've only gone up.
That speaks volumes of your character and like the mental toughness for sure.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, dude, let's just say, because like winning, we're here to win. We gotta show people that you can win in your life. So you started being the worst. No, you're regional manager, right?
Yeah, yeah, moved
It's
into that.
been
Yep.
3 years
Yeah, 3
since you
summers.
started,
So almost it hasn't even been 3 years since I've been back from
and
a
you're
mission.
making a lot of money.
It's a good amount of cash. Yeah.
Yeah, how many people on your team?
So on my specific team,
What, 50?
yeah,
We'll grow it to 70 for sure. Of all the
yep,
people
yep,
that we're
and
bringing
then
to the
in
team.
the organization in total will be pretty big. So
Okay. Okay. Well, tell people what switched when, like, what you guys were doing before and what we're doing now, because it's exciting stuff.
yeah, so I felt like I've always aligned with building people.
Yeah.
Like that's been one of my biggest things, and people have known that, and which is why people have come back,
Yeah.
summer over summer with me. But and I believe this. I believe if you give somebody an A+ experience, and if you have through the roof earnings, they'll always come back.
Oh, 100%. I
If
agree.
it's just one of those two, they might not come back. But if you get both of those, an A+ experience means you need to develop that person.
Yeah.
You need to serve them and be in their head and always let them know, I care about you. I believe in you. And so those are things that we provided. Well, here's the deal. I started to, as time went on, kind of like, when you're just getting the monotony of the process and you start to lose the vision yourself. Have you ever been in a situation where you've kind of,
Yeah. The comfort for sure.
yeah, you get kind of complacent?
Yeah.
So,
Resources make you comfort.
yeah. So this last summer, I was kind of getting complacent and like I wasn't telling people, and most people wouldn't recognize, but I was feeling a little out of balance. And then, um, I forgot your question. Sorry.
About like what we're doing now and
Oh yeah, yeah.
difference before.
And then after you instilled me with like these questions, like why are you here right now, dude? I went and I took that so seriously because that's a life-changing thing and a life-changing knowledge that you need to not just know, but remind and remind and remind yourself about.
That's the most important thing. And thank you for bringing it up because I truly believe, and this is something I always say, that finding your purpose is not as hard. The hard part is living with urgency every day, reminding yourself that every day. Because we had a lot of conversations after that experience that you had. It
Yeah.
was not like, oh, one thing, now I know who I am. It's like my life is like better right away. it took a while for that to like actually like go inside your heart and your brain,
Hmm.
you know. So what was the struggle for you in in your experience? Why do you think that knowledge didn't go deep right away and it took a little bit of the
I th- I
process?
think because of fear.
What
Because of
fear to what?
once I recognized what I need to do, like what my purpose is, and for me, for everybody, it's like watching this. I felt like so much of why I am doing what I'm doing is to help grow people into role models, or the
Oh
people
yeah,
that God needs those specifically men to be. I specifically believe we need to change boys to men
yeah,
because of so many issues that's going on with with people in our society. Like why are we talking about politics? Like why doesn't dad care about mom? Like why doesn't dad show up to play in the household? Why isn't dad showing up to games? Why isn't dad doing this? You know, those are the types of things that I'm like, dude, this takes character building from boys to men.
yeah. I agree.
And I believe that most boys never become men ever.
I agree. I agree.
And so that's a huge thing. And so once I was instilled with that, is this building me towards my purpose? That is how I make my decisions now. And yes, no, I'm not
Do you
perfect.
think that now is like more like it, that knowledge
Yes,
is more often in your daily
all the
daily
time, all
basis?
the time. And for two reasons. It's because I surround myself with the right people
Oh heck yeah,
all the time, because it's hard to remind yourself of something new,
yeah,
a new idea.
yeah.
And you guys are like, hey, now that I've presented that to you, you guys are like, okay, let's remind you, remind. And I don't get a freaking breath of fresh air without being reminded who I am.
Yeah.
And that's like catapulted me. And so, and these guys in the organization feel this light, like just this fire under their
I
butts.
can truly tell, and that's something that I've seen in you that I'm like, it's the best thing in the world. Because again, you're a great guy, but I truly believe that before, yeah, you had a lot of things going on, but now I can see in your eyes that you have more fulfillment. You know that you're like that feeling is like that fire like reignited inside of you.
Yeah.
I can truly see that. I don't know. I think it's the best thing in the world.
And I do want to say, in being of a full candidness, it's like it is still a process.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, oh, like I just woke up and like all of a sudden,
No,
like I was wearing
it's
like,
a process for sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's a process because
Yeah.
the process will take as dude,
Say it. I
yeah,
know what you're gonna say.
write this. The process will take as long as you allow it to take.
Yeah.
And it will take as long as it takes for you to make the right decisions.
You will only progress as much as you are willing to progress in life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So for me, that meant that I had to distance myself from certain people. I was making mistakes, like clear mistakes in my life. And the scary part about realizing the realization of my purpose is that I had to distance myself from certain people.
And that's something that people do because it takes balls to do that, bro. I
Dude,
mean, I
it's
always
hard.
share with people that I caught all of my friends when I came back from Uruguay because I live by this. In order to make to get extreme results, you need to make extreme changes in your life, and that's it. And if something is not serving you towards your purpose, you cut it off immediately. There's no like, oh yeah, maybe we can hang out. No, it's either yes or no. Either it adds value or takes value away. There's no gray. Like I don't see gray in my life. It's either black or white. It's either good or bad. It's either helps me or doesn't help me. You know that there's no like in between, and a lot of people don't want to acknowledge or accept that because then if they accept that, they're gonna have to make a decision based on that and make some hard decisions,
Yeah.
especially with people. You
Yeah.
know,
One thing that's been a difference in my organization is there's a lot of recruiting tactics. So like I'm a professional recruiter. Like I can recruit, and honestly, if you asked me to, I could manipulate people into selling with me.
can you manipulate Hunter so he can go on a date with you?
on, on a date?
That date.
Perfect, dude. Yes. I'm just like hypnosis.
I would love to see it. I would pay a lot of money to see it.
But the truth is like, dude, there's so many tactics, and I've versed myself so well in how to run meetings, how to do this, and there's so many things. And so one thing that I've changed, this is a tactical change in my business, in our organization, is that I've just completely stopped running those tactics. It's like I just tell them the vision, and guess what? It is harder to sometimes get people on board
Yeah.
because now I'm not like using tactics, right? But it weeds itself out. You weed out the right people naturally.
But when you do the right thing, right things happen to you. That's what I
Totally.
believe. We want the right people in a team and stuff like that, not trying to convince somebody. And the cool thing is that when you put God in your life, in all areas in your life, and you include him in business and your finances, in like relationships and everything, you can do way more with God than by yourself. And I'm a true believer on that. Because my whole life, like I know I can achieve a lot of things by myself as a human being, but where I want to go in life, where I'm going, I need divine help. And it's crazy because like I've realized that God has really maximized all of my capabilities in life, and it's just been amazing. And one time I like it's I've only felt one time in my life that I felt human, and it was one time that I was mad at him, and he like took his like help, and I was like, crap, I feel human. It was the weirdest feeling in the world. Maybe I can tell you about it one day, but um I feel like that's something that we're truly doing, and that's what we're seeing, like all these amazing experiences with these kids and how they feel. And we don't even talk about like sales or money. We're
Yeah.
literally focusing on them, their goals, and their purpose, and what they want to do, and just adding value to their lives.
One of the things that's also changed in the business is like the reality is a lot of guys who are just shooting for numbers will only target a certain demographic of people.
Yeah,
And the truth is, we have some younger guys on our team. We have some 18-year-olds that are just getting out of high school. But we know, since we're more purpose-based driven in this organization, in this team, we know for a fact that, hey, this is bigger than money. And if we can change that kid's life, I'll give an example. My little brother, he's on his mission, and he got called to the same mission as me. So I served in Paraguay, and then he's in Paraguay now. And dude, he is. I mean, he did 2 summers with me before his mission. So he came out. I brought him out as a 17-year-old because I'm like, dude, I had this crazy character change and experience. I want to give this to you. So he came out for 2 summers. And you know what's funny is my little brother. So I baptized a certain amount of people during my time in my mission, for being out there for 22 months, and then the last 2 months I came home because of COVID brought us home. I had to we got shipped back. But my little brother, in his first 4 weeks, found and baptized more people than my entire 22 months.
that's so funny, dude.
And I thought that was just interesting. And I think that's a huge, my belief in that correlation is multiple things, but one of them is that he chose to build his character
Yeah,
in that organization that we had.
no, it's an amazing experience for sure. Um, Dude, something that I want to talk to you before we finish, and it's something that you've been seeing often, especially these past few weeks, is that hell is unleashing in your life. The devil is after your butt, you know, he wants you. So, because I always tell people, it's not all like God and all good and X, Y, and Z, like sunshine and rainbows. Like, no, you're gonna go through hell. It's gonna get harder. You're gonna face a lot of opposition. You know why? Because the ripple effect of your influence and knowing who you are and how many people you can help, the other dude doesn't like that. He hates seeing people get better. So he knows how many people you can help and what you're capable of, the man you can become. So he's gonna like try to do everything. And I always tell him like that dude has been trying to kill me for a couple of years now, you know. So, what's your experience with opposition and how you face it? What would you tell people to do?
Understand the bigger picture. If you understand the bigger picture, now doesn't even freaking matter when hard things come your way. It's bigger. So look bigger, think bigger, understand the bigger picture, and then recognize how tiny that thing is in the grand scheme. So if I'm here to freaking change the world and have this massive impact, and my car gets totaled, which is something that my like I've had that happen, and my other car got hit, and like recently, crazy, yeah. Once I started
And
doing
now
all
you
these
got a
good
lot of
things,
people talking crap about you, which
dude,
is
I got so many people talking absolutely.
welcome to the club.
Yeah, dude, I got my list right now, and there's a bunch of people coming after me.
Welcome to the club.
And dude, yeah, like just this week has been absurd. And
Yeah.
understanding clearly, like, yo, Satan, bring it on, big guy.
And it's funny because like it just keeps getting worse, but you just develop the skills necessary to just control those things and face it better. Like it just like honestly it just keeps getting harder and harder. but you just develop enough skills to actually control and face those things and just push through.
Hmm.
Like I truly believe that. I don't think it actually changes because then you get more exposure. We're helping more people, and then it's like we're doing more things. Or we're just starting, you know. So no, it's a battle, bro. It's a battle, but well, honestly, yeah, those were the questions I had for you. What would be the
I would
last thing
say
you want to?
I would say one more thing.
Yeah.
I would say like choosing to not be emotionally driven. Like
What do you mean by that?
I'm like an emotional person, but choosing when to put that emotion to good use. Like if it's a negative thing, or if it's something that's trying to dissuade me from a good thing, or if it's just trying to bring me down just one step less or 1 degree less than what I should be doing or have committed previously to doing, then uh dude, shut up, move that emotion aside, just cancel that out. So it's choosing to base your decisions off of previously based choices. And I will say this has been the biggest thing in my last couple weeks, between knowing you, between doing my these body transformations and XYZ thing, all these things. My biggest lesson that I've learned is that confidence comes from making and keeping commitments to yourself.
Yeah. How much your confidence grew after you won the transformation challenge of how many people were they?
Dude, my confidence grew 0% after I found out I won. My confidence grew
During the work in the
full
process.
out
Oh,
throughout the
okay.
work.
I love that. Yeah.
Full
I like it.
out
Yeah.
throughout the work. Like
That's a good one.
you were there in the
Yeah.
moment I won.
Yeah.
You were there. And I like freaked out. I'm like, sick. Zero fulfillment in that moment. I was pumped, but
Like
zero
your
fulfillment.
confidence grew during the process and the work.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Dude, that's powerful right there. No, I agree. But well, anything else you want to add before?
That's like the biggest thing that I would tell anybody. It's like, hey, you want to know how to keep commitment, or you want to know how to grow in confidence, grow in character, grow in integrity, grow in virtue, which all those things, integrity and virtue, I think quiet integrity is probably the most if you were to ask me, like, what do you deem the most valuable trait somebody has? For me, that's it. I could literally call it quiet integrity, because they don't need to show freaking anyone. They do it because they do it and they understand why. They don't need to show anyone. And I think that that happens once you understand very clearly that you are making, keeping promises to yourself, or keeping up to someone else, or keeping up to God. The most important are to God. But yeah, that's it.
I
So
love it. Let's finish with that. Guys, thank you so much, dude. Thank you for taking the time. And we're really excited because we're going to do a bunch of other episodes with different formats. Thank you, Derek, for being here, for sitting down
of
and
course,
having this
thanks.
conversation. Guys, we love you. We care about you. Have a great day, great weekend. Have urgency, baby. See you guys later.